Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Monday afternoon slash evening Zoom edition. And Bitcoin has still been trending downwards. But a few altcoins doing pretty well, including Solana broke 200. So that's interesting to see. I think the all-time high for that's around 260 from 2021. So I'm curious to see if we hit that during this bull run. It's quite possible. But Bitcoin and Ethereum are down to well, we're a little squeamish on that. So let's look at the charts. Okay, today I'm starting with the Bitcoin 1 hour chart. You guys seeing that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I drew a little line down here. 65K seems to be holding a support. So we hit 65.7 on Friday, 64,772 briefly on Saturday and bounced back up and a little lower, 64.5 and change early this morning, and again bounced right back up. Seem to be holding this 65 seems to be the down or the bottom for Bitcoin at the moment. On Ethereum, it's around 3,400, 3,500, 3,450. On Sunday we were down to 3,417 before it bounced back up pretty quickly, and then early this morning, or actually late this morning, 3,450, and then nice little bounce over 3,500. So I'd like to see that hold as support, but some talking heads think we're going down lower, may break down below 60, maybe even down to somewhere in the 50s. Oh, that's certainly possible. So if you're initiating long positions and you are using the ladder buy or the dollar cost average approach, make sure you money manage those entries accordingly so you can get those additional purchases should the coins dip further. Um, yeah, so I don't really see that much in the news to really talk about. This just showed up. Yeah, there's some general info here in TradingView in the news section. And again, I looked at that briefly. Nothing was too enlightening. So just your basic pullbacks. I was looking at the crypto banter email this morning, and they were listing some of the pullbacks we had during the last bull run, anywhere from 10% to even 40%. So yeah, for the hodlers, it's no big deal. If you're doing some scalping or day trading like I am, it can be annoying when these dips seem to happen. But you got to roll with the punches and be ready. So, and on my swing trades, I'm getting in some multiple positions and building those up, and they're all pretty much not all of them, but probably about a third of them are negative. The ones I started last week, but I'm confident they'll come back and put some more money into them, make that average position better. So, any comments, questions, issues to discuss about the market overall?
Wasn't
Well,
there some news about economic data that wasn't as good as expected?
Hmm. There was something on inflation last week. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I don't recall the details of that. I've been really more focused, due to the ETFs. I've been more focused on that kind of thing than the overall market of, um, conditions that Craig just mentioned. But that's a good thing to track as well. So, Bitcoin and crypto overall is an at-risk asset. So when people are, squeamish about the economy overall, they tend to de-risk and put their money elsewhere. You think that wouldn't be as much of an issue in crypto, but regrettably it is. So
Well, you wouldn't think so, but that would sort of explain why we're sort of dipping at the moment.
yeah. Plus some of the
I
ETF
think
excitement's probably wearing off. So
part of the dip, I think, is due to normal profit taking in a case like this. So what's happening now is there is a small percentage of bags that have not moved for over a year, or in some cases several years.
Mm-hmm.
And those people have decided that, 74K, 70 to 74K is a good place to maybe jump ship and take profit. People who maybe got in years ago and
Yeah.
they just want to get out while the getting is a sure thing. So there's definitely a percentage that have moved that haven't moved for years. That's been tracked.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you bought Bitcoin at 63,000, say in spring of 21, 3 years ago, then getting out at 70, 74, like Robert just said, that's like, whew, finally, I'm out of this. So, I sold a portion of my bag too. I discussed that before, but anyway, still keeping most of it.
There could be people that bought in at 20,000 on this run and taking some profits too.
Yep.
Easily. Yeah, because we were down to 15 on this run. Even.
Yeah, I think my positions were between 25 and 29. So, you know, took a little bit of that off the table. So if it craters again, at least I took some profits. So yeah, you can't, what's the saying? You can't go poor taking profits. That implies that even if you do it too soon, it's better than not doing it at all. But I think overall we're bullish on Bitcoin and the more quality coins overall. So yeah, function accordingly, take profits where you can, but stay in too. You can do both. All right. Well, it's enough hodling talk. Let's go to Altcoin Alert and see if we can find some day trades and swing trades. So I am on the Altcoin Alert radar option. I'm going to reload and start with an AA score. And I think what I'll do, I did a little bit of this my last two calls, is just look at each one as a day trade and as a swing trade, regardless of what sort I'm using to find it. So I've sorted by the AA score, got AGI, near, injective, and Ray. I used to trade Ray from time to time. It's been a while. It's up 9%. So I was looking at it earlier and I was looking at near as well. I've got near up. We'll look at this as a day trade first. Near is on most exchanges. I think I traded this on even Coinbase as a spot trade in January and February. So let's double check though. And yeah, there it is on Coinbase. I'm on a Binance chart now. I'll stay with that. So take a quick look at the 5. Has been trending down. It's not in a 1, 2, 3 dip sequence though. If you want to try to get a better entry than here, you're pretty close to the green zone already. I think we're going to see this on a lot of coins today. So maybe set alert here right around 690 or 699, 701, something like that. That would be a pretty good entry. And then, as I discussed earlier, hold some funds back for additional purchases if necessary if it dips further. But as you know, I prefer the indicators on the 15-minute chart. I've been using the RTI for going on 6 months now, doing pretty well with that. And I like the setup here. That's why I wanted to emphasize this one. It's below the 20 on the RTI. If you've been with me very long, you know that I like to get in on a long when it breaks above the 20. This is a good dip and retrace setup. So it's about to happen. It didn't quite break, got pretty close and dipped down a little bit again. So I'm going to set an alert on this one. Alert on RTI crossing up on the 20 and once per bar close. And this is an AA score purchase. And my notifications are going to notify in the app, show a pop-up on my computer, and play a sound also on my computer. And we'll go with Chirpy, but choose whichever one you like. And yeah, create. And you are good to go on a long. Once it crosses above the 20, that should be a pretty good entry. If you want better evidence of a recovery, you might want to set the same alert on the 50. If you want to catch something that's pumping even better, you can do it at the 80. So it's the same setup I just showed you. Choose the 50 or the 80 instead of the 20. Now, as a day trader, I'm trading on leverage. I'm looking at both directions, and I know that I can trade near on Bybit, using a VPN and some other dastardly tricks to get on that exchange. So to trade both directions, I'm going to set up a different alert. I'll be entering a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom, once per bar close, and again, AA score. Now, I've been a little hesitant on some of my short positions lately. So I've had an AVAX alert go off 3 times today. I haven't taken it. So, but near, it's been pumping pretty outrageously lately. So it was due for this dip. Doesn't surprise me. But anyway, on this alert, everything else is the same. You just have the entering the channel. So if it breaks above the 80 and dips, that's a potential short. If it dips below the 20 and comes back up, as I explained earlier, that's a good long position. It's your retrace and or dip and retrace. Any questions on near? Okay. So that's the day trade approach. On a swing trade, if you want to hold it longer, I have a different setup for that, or a layout. I'm on the 1-hour chart, and the support and resistance is the same indicator, but I use supertrend for alerts, and this Trendio LSMA, which is a moving average, to help me get in trades. So at the moment it's in a sell, but it's starting to come back. So I think it's going to trigger a buy. And if it's something like this setup, that's going to be pretty good. So like here, it moved up 14%. So that's a really good swing trade, even on the spot. If it takes, a couple days or a week to 10 days, that's a pretty good trade. If you're a more experienced trader and you're using leverage, then 5x, that would be really good. That'd be 70% profit. So good stuff there. How I usually get into these is to right click on the super trend. And if you're trading both directions, you can use the direction change. They just moved this up to the first choice on this one. But I'm going to be looking for a buy on this. Leave it on only once. And again, that's an AA score purchase. And I use a different alert. I'll use a handbell alert. That lets me know it's a swing trade. It's not urgent. Whereas a day trade, I usually want to get in pretty quickly after the alert goes off. So there's create, and when that alert goes off, as you see in this example, the SMA, the LSMA has turned green. So you've got your confirmation. You're coming out of the green zone. So it's a really good setup here that we had back on in the wee hours on Sunday morning. So any questions on the near swing trade approach? Okay. Let's look at something else on Altcoin Alert. So that was an AA score sort. Going to reload again.
Surprised AVAX is
And
not toward the top of that list the way it's been pumping.
what's that, Robert?
I'm surprised AVAX is not toward the top of that list the way it's been pumping. It went up like crazy when others were going down.
Yeah, the AA score is kind of funny. It's looking for something that's usually been beaten down, is due for recovery. So I don't think that quite describes AVAX, but you can find it'll probably show up in some of these other sorts. Social activity, trading activity. Yeah, see, it's number 5 on trading activity. It's up 10%. And we've got fire on social activity and trading activity. So Robert has inspired me. Let's
And it just missed the 80 score.
check it
It's at
out.
78.2.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the alert I've set up already today, and I keep not doing it. See how it's bouncing around on a short here. It dips here, doesn't go sideways, dips here, goes up again. So it just won't give you that short. So I've also got an alert set on the 50. So if it breaks below the 50, I'll take that short, but I'm not going to take the one that dips below the 80. I don't trust it. Yeah, shorting something that's still pumping. I mean, the pump's going to end at some point, but it can be risky in a bull market. I like to short when something's going like this. That's when I'm more inclined to short it. An exception might be on a swing trade approach. I have a couple shorts going on swing trades that are actually all did well because of the dip we've had, but again, they're risky, so I'm in on a small leverage, small amount. But I digress. At the moment, we're on the day trade setup, 15-minute chart on the RTI. I've told you I'm not liking the shorts, but the longs have been good on this, as Robert pointed out. It's been pumping. We had a great entry here on Sunday in the wee hours. Broke below 20 and then broke above. And yeah, it just took off. Boom, 20%. And it broke above the 50. Looks like a fake out, but recovers and then goes again. So in this scenario, I probably make one additional purchase, then ride it back up here. Maybe take a small win on my first position and a double win on my second position. So that would have been a good entry on the 50. That's the only 50 entry we've had since then. If you want to go the 80, this on something that's pumping, the 80 can be a good one to leave on all day, because you see it broke above the 80 here. Let's get my vertical line out. See, it broke above the 80 here and took off. Then it dipped down again here. Took off again. And here, pumped up again. And here, pumped up again. So I've been inspired again. I think I'm gonna change my alert on this. It's pretty easy to change your alerts. So I don't think I've talked about this before. I'm gonna search my alerts, look up AVAX and some of my auto trades. Here's my AA score purchase. And you see I have it crossing the 50. I changed my mind. I want to do it the 80. And it'll change down here. At least it should. Yeah, crossing 80, save. So, and the message usually changes. I'm not sure why it isn't now, but here it's showing the 80. So if it dips below like it has been and breaks back up, I might take that trade. I'll look at my cumulative delta to confirm. And if it's with me, then I might take that one. It's a little risky trading in the red zone. Let's look at the longer time frame, see if we have room to move. A little bit. So I took it now. Yeah, there's 2 or 3% left up there, but again, I'm just looking to get like a 1 to 1.5% move. But again, doing so in the red zone can be risky. Okay, but as a swing trade, let's look at AVAX. I think in this situation, we're going to look at this on the day chart. No, we're at all-time high for the day chart, but on the week chart, AVAX has been well over $100 before, back in 2021. And we're seeing quite a few of these coins that have been beaten down 80, 90% since the highs of 21, since that altcoin run up back then. They're starting to come back, especially the more quality projects that are being used that have use case like AVAX and Solana and in some of those. So anyway, the point is there is room to come back on a swing trade. You know, a little bit of resistance here around 70, 75. That might be my exit. So if I got in this around 62, look to get out around 72, you know, 18 to 20% move, 5x leverage, takes a couple of weeks. That's fine with me. Hold some funds back to make additional purchases if it still dips. Yeah, that's how I do that one. And then, you know, let's look at the 30. The 30 or the 1 hour, we just had the buy go off, then it dipped and came back. Two red candles though. Might wait for this one to come to print another buy signal. You can do that by right clicking on the super trend. I have to get used to this new configuration here. And I think this is a social activity sort. And probably go with handbell on that one. But I've already got an AVAX swing trade going, so I'm not going to add to it like this. But if you're new to it, you know, that's how I would do it. Any questions on the AVAX swing trade approach?
Looks good.
All right. I'm going to bounce over to iCoinPro now. Anybody have any questions on Altcoin Alert before I do that? Okay. iCoinPro, home of the 1, 2, 3 dip. And since we had the overall dip in the market, we're seeing a lot of these green dips below on the 1 hour RSI. Gonna reload though to get the best info, most recent. And there's quite a few Bitcoin pairs in here, which I don't care for, but Arweave is in here. I've been trading that one a lot lately. And if I fudge a little, I'll go down here to 31, 32. INJ, Injective is something I trade to from time to time. So those are options from RSI SPY. Again, this is on the 1 hour RSI, which is the indicator I used before the RTI. There's some similarities. When something dips this low on the 1 hour time frame, below the 30, and starting to come back, then that's something worth charting. So what's the one I was going to focus on? Let's look at OP. Or was it Arweave? Yeah, Arweave. All right. And there we go. There's a day trade. Yeah, this one's getting ready to break above the 20. Well, it was going to, and then dipped a little bit. So yeah, I've got alerts set up on this. But I like this one to trade both directions. 2 of the 3 breaks below the 80 on a short were profitable. So this one here is a little scary. You know, if you get in on this and it shoots up here, you know, like right about here, and that's a pretty big move against you. I probably would have been stopped out on that one, on that short. But these other 2 look good. On the long side, you know, we had a last break above the 80 was here, a little dip and then took off. And then we haven't had one since. So this is the one I'm seeing. So I'm liking Arweave as the next time it breaks above, and that alert RTI crossing up on the 20. You can also use the 50 and the 80 or whatever number you want to use. And if you want to keep it on all day, once per bar close, and call it what you want. And if you're doing the 50 to the 80, you want to confirm that trend, You can use the cumulative delta or whatever. An indicator you want to use for confirmation, you should probably have at least one confirmation, preferably two. And since we're coming out of the green zone, that's one confirmation. Breaking above the 20, confirming that would be the cumulative delta on a trend trade. Okay, and then looking at this as a swing trade. Wow, it took a big drop. So yeah, you want to wait till you get that buy alert, either on the 30 or the 1 hour or whatever time frame you want to use. Yeah, obviously, usually the 30 will trigger sooner. So if I'm impatient, I'll use the 30. If I'm willing to be more patient, go with the hour. So I'll go ahead and set that one now. Right click on the super trend. Buy. Leave that on for once. This was an RSI SPY. And I will go with the handbell. And there you go. Any questions on Arweave? Okay, let's do another one with iCoinPro. And try the Buddy Coin Crawler indicator. It's not really an indicator, it's an information source. Dog Wi-Fi hat. I've heard about this one of those meme coins. You know, I don't usually swing trade meme coins, but I did so on SHIB, and now I'm getting crushed on that. I should stick to day trading on these, but you know, I guess even I can succumb to FOMO. But I digress. Let's look at Dog Wi-Fi hat. I'm curious about this. We will look at this as a day trade first. It's on MEXC. A little update on that one. I've got a small amount on that exchange that I've been trading. And today I couldn't get on with my VPN, but it let me on without it. So I don't know. I don't really trust it though. So I've only got a small little bag on there. Keep that in mind. But it has a lot of coins. So including this one, Wi-Fi USDT, dog whiff hat, whatever it is. 15 minutes. Really going to apply technical analysis to this? Sure, why not? It's below the 20, so it's due to come back, but it's been putzing around the 20 since, 10 o'clock this morning, so the last 5 hours, and not really able to break above it. So you might want to go with the 50 on this one. Broke above the 50 here and shot up, almost about 20%. Broke above the 50 here. Shot up 13, dipped, and then shot up again. So I like the 50 on this one. Yeah, add an alert. Crossing up. 50. Once per bar close. Yeah, this was Buddy Coin Crawler. And I'll go with the 3 notes reverb and click create. And if it breaks above, I'm ready to go. I would confirm that with my cumulative delta. It's below the halfway point between the green and the red zones. So could be a winner on a day trade. I'm not going to plot this for a swing trade. So unless somebody wants me to. Any questions on whiff? Okay, Well, any questions on the markets overall or any particular coin you guys want me to look at? Right. Well, I'll wrap it up here then. If you're watching on the recording, I'd like to see you live, but still appreciate that. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment to help support the channel. And if you're a Carbon K2 trader, I'll be doing another Zoom in less than half an hour. It's a different link for that. Hope to see you for that. And then otherwise, I'll let you go. You guys have a good week trading. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Thanks, CJ.